What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Slackerz, bringing you guys our next matchup in the Everyone Is Here tournament. So if you haven't seen it before, very simple. I took 100 characters with the help of your guys' suggestions and put them into a tournament, and then each day on the channel, except for Sundays, I upload one of the matches from the tournament, talk about the two characters, try to make a case why they might make sense for Smash DLC, and then we'll vote down in the comments. And since voting's a part of the rules, I'm going to throw the rules up on screen for you guys right about now. And you can see number one, and why is that a rule? It's simple. We have assist trophies, spirits, me costumes, characters that are, disconfirmed. They'll never happen. We have all sorts of fun, weird characters in here. So if you like a character, feel free to drop a vote for them. They're in this tournament after all, No restrictions. Vote for whoever you want. But you do only get one vote per person. And how do you vote? Very simple, down in the comments. Simply type who your vote is for between one of the two characters in the matchup for the day. So, as an example, today's matchup is Slackerz taking on Geno. So you type one of those two characters' names down in the comment section. That means that's your vote. But if you absolutely love both the characters and you would like to see both of them in Smash Bros. DLC, well, you can simply type both. Or if you're just having trouble deciding who to vote for, you could still vote for both anyway. So, yeah, but remember, only one vote per person. The rest of the rules, double elimination tournament, meaning a character has to lose twice before being officially eliminated. And then once we get to the results for each matchup to figure out who wins and loses, if there happens to be a tie in the voting, I'm just going to flip a coin on camera. Best and fairest way to break the tie. And then each matchup, voting-wise, will only last for just 1 week. So as an example, today's Saturday, so we'll get the results of today's matchup next Saturday. So yeah, it's a 1 week time frame to get your votes in. Otherwise, if they come in after the fact, they just don't count. So that's that. So let's get to the results and the matchup for the day. All right, so the results from last week. I'm sorry, I think I'm coming down with a cold, so I'm probably sound really weird, but whatever. Great, just in time for the weekend too. Perfect. But let's go over the results from last week, which was Monster Hunter, the Hunter from Monster Hunter, taking on Skull Kid, and it really wasn't that close, to be honest. A lot of people always agree with the same fact. No matter who the character is for the Legend of Zelda series, there's always pretty much almost a unanimous agreement. Legend of Zelda deserves a new, fresh face for the roster. And, well, as you can tell where that's going. Where is this at? There we go. Skull Kid ended up winning this one 50 votes to just 20 votes for the Hunter from Monster Hunter. But Monster Hunter's character is still in the tournament, just drops to the loser bracket. So that's how that works. So yeah, congrats to Skull Kid moving to the next round. Be taking on Paper Mario, but that's weeks down the line, so we'll get there eventually. But yeah, that's the result. So let's talk about the matchup for the day. Two characters, right? Geno was on the Grinch League, wasn't he? I'm pretty sure. I don't know, maybe I'm pretty sure he was. But anyway, the two characters for the day who've been in a ton of Smash Leagues in the past, maybe even today, maybe not Chorus Kids so much, but it is Chorus Kids from the Rhythm Heaven, Rhythm Paradise? No, Rhythm Paradise is Japan, right? The Rhythm Heaven franchise, at least. And they're taking on Geno from Super Mario RPG. Let's talk about it. So, Chorus Kids, I think Chorus Kids make a pretty enjoyable character. You could do the 3-in-1 sort of play style. I seen like something different that I hadn't seen before. They could do like a rotational type of thing. So it's just one character at a time, but it would have something along the mechanics of like a tag-in sort of system, kind of like Pokemon Trainer, where the other two Chorus Kids might stand in the background, and you could tag out, and they might have slightly different attributes. Maybe, I don't know, but like a tag out system. I thought that's a little interesting. I don't know how well it works. I've never played Rhythm Heaven, and I never plan to. It's not something that personally interests me, but the idea of the character still is a little kind of like, all right, yeah, well, I'll give him consideration, right? I'm not going to just, crumple him up and be like, nope, that's never going to happen. I'm never going to enjoy that. No. Listen, I always say, I think a lot of people agree as well, if you can bring something unique, if you can bring something that's different that we don't really have into Smash Bros., we welcome it. I mean, look, we have what? DLC character number 5 for the Fighter's Pass. That will be character number 75 on the roster. Now you got 75 characters, and you got to think about that. Let's zoom in on this. But you got 75 characters. There's a lot that are similar in moveset, in all sorts of stuff. And I'm not just counting like Echo Fighters, but we do have a ton of swords people, but sword wielders can do different things, and it just depends on how the playstyle gets moved around and used and whatever. But you got maybe magic user, you got like brawlers, you got like hand-to-hand combat, you got a lot of things like that. Chorus Kids, I think this is actually, this is from Marshall, so not actual Chorus Kids, but I don't know, like Chorus Kids though. Let me touch on the leak thing I was kind of talking about earlier. I'm gonna ramble all over the place. I'm like so out of it right now, so out of it. I just want to go to bed. But Chorus Kids, 2 straight games now. We've had some sort of pretty big leak before the game came out, obviously, of Chorus Kids. Yes, Smash Wii U 3DS. There was that the ESRB leak that was. No, that wasn't the ESRB. There's something else with the Chorus Kids data or Rhythm Heaven data, and a lot of people were assuming, all right, yep, Chorus Kids, maybe Karate Joe, maybe Marshall, was going to be a playable character, a playable fighter, and it's pretty much a lock. That's a lot of people were expecting that. Didn't happen. Fast forward to Smash Wii U, or flash forward to Smash Ultimate. We did have a leak that had, I think Chorus Kids were in the Grinch leak. They were also in another render art leak that was making the rounds. It was the one with Agnes Oblige. Agnes, I think that's how you say her name. But her name was, like, there's a character in the name, and it was, it was misspelled, basically, pretty much kind of, like, deconfirming the whole thing. It's like, all right, it's fake. They wouldn't have these sort of misprints and typos and stuff like that. But Chorus Kids were in a part of that big old leak, and, it just got more people thinking, all right, yep, hey, they had, There was some evidence towards it from Wii U 3DS, so I think Slackerz will probably end up putting them in this time. Still didn't get in. I think they are a Spirit, though, I believe. But, other than that, maybe, I don't know if, I guess it really kind of comes down to what Sakurai and his team think, because he did state the obvious, like, they have to be very appealing to play as and, stuff like that, so maybe he just doesn't view them like that. I know there's other characters, like I mentioned. Maybe Karate Joe would possibly fit a little bit better. Yeah, he'd be another kind of hand-to-hand sort of combat fighter, but I guess it just fits better, but doesn't necessarily make him a better choice, if that makes sense. A bit wackier, a bit more different. I say the better, and I think Chorus Kids could kind of offer something a little bit more different than we have. So whether it is like a triple team all on the same stage at once, maybe they pile on top of each other, and maybe you could even have moves where maybe, I don't know, you chuck one of them, so like you shrink your character, kind of like think of Pikmin as well. I don't know if this works at all, but like, so you start with 3 of them stacked on top of each other, and maybe your side special, one of them goes launching off to the side. You're able to like I don't know, recall him, and he jumps back on top of the pile, whatever that is. So you could have like a tall, then like a medium, and then like a small character, something like that. I don't know if I hope that made sense, but I don't know. I think you could do some pretty unique stuff with them, and they would make a pretty fine character. Not one that I'm personally, rooting for by any means, because like I said, I'm not going to play. I don't have any plans to ever play Rhythm Heaven games, but I don't know. Maybe they get consideration. Maybe they don't. Speaking of a character that gets a lot of consideration, at least from the Smash fan base, Geno, always popping up in leaks here and there. Everyone's always claiming, a couple channels, we know who they are, always claiming, oh, huge leak. Shut up, it's not a leak, all right? You don't know what the word leak means. But Geno always gets talked about, his name gets thrown around all the time. And for me, I'm a big fan of Geno. I love Super Mario RPG. Some people say he doesn't have personality. He's just kind of like a blank-faced, just staring off into nothing sort of. I get what you're saying, but I don't know. There's just something about him. Like, if you haven't played the game, I think you'll understand it more. I know some people have told me they've played the game and they still don't understand him. They don't like the character, which is fine. If you've actually experienced the character and you don't like him, that's completely fine. But, like, if you've never played the character and you just take, like, one look at him and go, nah, he's worthless. Get him off the screen, right? No, but Geno, I love him. He's got moveset potential, and I'll see that in the next slide. But he's got moveset potential. He's highly regarded, highly talked about in the community. Whether you like him or whether you hate him, he's talked about a lot. Sakurai has mentioned the character in the past, so I don't know. Maybe it'd be a good way to kick off the additional DLC characters. Maybe, I don't know. I like if you thought about that. We get DLC number 5, and then we get Geno. I'm just throwing this out there for, I don't know, whatever purpose. But if we already get DLC character number 5 to be announced, and then just say, for example, Geno is the first character for the extra DLC, that really does open up everybody back for conversation. Because Geno, he's a spirit, he can't happen, right? He's never going to, that's not possible. Well, if Geno happens, crumple that argument up and throw it out the window. Because Geno, he's got everything. Here's a quick little render mock-up thing of like a mini mock-up of a moveset. Geno Beam, Geno Whirl, Geno Boost, Geno Blast, and Geno Flash for the final smash. Yeah, wow, rhymes. But like, look, Geno, I love the character, and I think a lot of newer people, they will judge a character based on, well, their appearance first of all. If they've never heard of the character, you're like, I've always said this: if you have never had the opportunity to play Super Mario RPG, first, if you do, try it out. I think you'll really enjoy it. It's a very fun game, very well-made game, in my opinion. But you'll get to play as him. You'll get to kind of appreciate him a little bit. Maybe you don't, which is fine. I'm not going to try to say your opinion's wrong, because who's to say my opinion's right? Whatever. Again, wow, I'm going way off topic here. But I'm just going to wrap it up. I'm going to sleep. All right. Anyway, I don't know what my point was. Geno's getting my vote easy in this one. He's a great character. I think moveset is easy. Would be a very big reveal, big announcement for Smash Bros. In general. I think he would sell well. Plus, especially if he's going to be a part of the extra DLC, I think it fits a bit more. Because a lot of us are kind of in agreement that the Fighter Pass, one company will not have 2 reps. So we already have a rep with Square with Dragon Quest Hero. So odds are we're probably not going to get another Square Enix character in the Fighter Pass. But the additional DLC, everybody's open for debate, right? So, yeah, that's going to be it for this one. Let me know who you guys got down in the comments. Either Course Kids or Geno or both. So I guess a little sneak peek for Monday. Monday's a weird matchup. We got Slackerz from the Metroid Prime series. Slackerz is taking on the only PlayStation rep in the tournament, Kratos. All right. We'll see how that one plays out. And then we'll get the results for somebody. We'll get the results for Professor Layton, and he was taking on Travis Touchdown. But that's for Monday. Today's wrapping up. I hope you guys enjoyed, as always, and hopefully we'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm going to bed.